Hey, welcome to my basement, everybody. Very strange basement, but I've got a couple of very cool guests here. Parris Lilly and Danny Peña, 2/3 of Gamertag Radio, are with us.
Yes.
How are you guys doing?
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's early morning on our second day, so voices might be a little bit
Oh,
raspy.
my voice is completely gone.
Is it?
But yeah, I'm excited to do this with you, man. It's been a while for us since we last time we recorded. I think was it one of
Right before the pandemic.
right before the pandemic.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in San Francisco. It was the Division 2.
Right.
And we're outside waiting to come in.
Yeah.
And that was the last time.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
2020. So
We need-
February 2020.
We need Ubisoft to start doing more events.
Let's do it.
Right?
Yeah.
We've all actually been all over the damn world together through
that's true.
Ubisoft events, which is amazing.
Yep.
So I want to get into some Summer Game Fest stuff, but I think I want to start a quickly just recap how you guys know each other. Danny, you're kind of the founder of Gamertag, right? You started this thing, or did you start it with Parris?
No.
And Pete? Like, how did it start?
I started doing like content in 2001 during the original Xbox era.
Yep.
And fast forward 2005, that's when I launched Gamertag Radio. At that time, podcasting was so new. There was no podcasts on iTunes or Spotify. So the podcast community, we had like a third-party app that people could use to download podcasts through their PC. So yeah, I started promoting Gamertag Radio. Parris called it spamming. I was promoting.
We're all spamming, Danny. We never stop now. Twitter could just be like, look at me spam.
Yeah. No, so I was doing that. It was on Team Xbox and a couple other Xbox fan sites. And Parris found the podcast and he started listening. We became really good friends.
That's cool.
And he actually saw one of my videos where Xbox was interviewing me, and Parris goes, "Man, I want to do the same thing. I want to I want to become a creator too." And then we linked up, and the rest is history. He started a show. We started working together a lot especially during E3.
What was your show?
Yeah.
It was Uncle Gamer Radio, and it was 06 is when I started it because he was the inspiration. I did that until 2011, and I retired for like a year and a half. And then, because we were friends the whole time, and then I wound up joining Gamertag Radio in 2013.
Okay. And you were already working with Peter Toledo?
Yeah, Peter.
That's one of the best names in games, by the way.
Yeah, Peter Toledo. Yeah, so with Pete, we lived in Miami. His wife used to work with me. We used to work at Discovery Channel back in those days. And she told me, my boyfriend at that time, he plays a lot of video games, and Pete came to the house, and we just became good friends. I'm like, hey, I want you to be part of GTR. So I sent him his first assignment. He'd never been to an event, and it was like an EA spring preview event. And I sent him there, and he was overwhelmed with so much.
Probably met him. Sounds like I might have met him at one of those damn things.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That was in San Francisco, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So
those were great too.
Yeah, that was his first one, and ever since then, I'm like, all right, Pete knows how to create content, so we just started working together.
That's awesome. You guys know Jose Sanchez from EP. He was one of
Jose
our hosts.
Sanchez, yes.
He was kind of the same. He saw our shows on G4, and he was part of the forums, and he was a fan of the stuff, and it's the same kind of thing, man. You got to reach out, right?
Yep,
you got to reach out.
Yeah. But it's been great. It's been amazing. We managed to achieve a lot of great moments, and actually in gaming, personally for me, sitting down with Phil for the first time in 2014, Phil again on our 1000 episode back in February of 2020, right before the pandemic, and it's been great. Us working together ever since, man. It's been great, man.
Well, I know the big Xbox event hasn't happened. It happens tomorrow. You guys are both going to be there. Are you up on stage again, or are you allowed to?
No, I'm not on stage.
No, not on stage. Do you have an idea of what Xbox is going to? I mean, we know Starfield's big reveal is coming tomorrow. Do you have an idea of what else Xbox might have up its sleeve?
Well, it seems like the breadcrumbs, the teases the past week, something Fable related is going to be there. I can't imagine they don't have Hellblade 2 at this show. Forza is pretty much a lock. That's going to be there. Seems like maybe we might get something like Avowed. I know there's been rumblings potentially of a Gears collection, things like that. And hopefully some other surprises.
I mean, that all sounds incredible. And it does sound like PlayStation kind of opened the door. They didn't have a terrible showcase, but certainly it wasn't their most electrifying showcase ever. So I think they kind of opened the door for Xbox to come back with something remarkable. And we'll know very soon, probably by the time you're watching this.
Right, exactly.
But I want Xbox to kick some ass, as I'm sure both of you guys do too.
Yeah, I mean, just for the overall health of the industry, you want Xbox to do great. And you look back to everything they revealed back in 2020 with the Series X. There's so many titles that are in production right now. Perfect Dark is another one that potentially could be there, right? It's time.
Yeah.
Just reveal these games. Show us these games. They have already said we're not getting CGI trailers. It's going to be in-engine or actual gameplay footage. That's what you want to see. So hopefully we get a lot of those announcements at the showcase, and hopefully they're coming soon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we want from all of these things. Like if Nintendo comes back with something, we really have no idea what the rest of 2023 is for Nintendo. It's like this giant question mark right now. That's what we want. We want to feel that sort of like, oh my God, I can't believe this is headed our way.
Yeah. But I do think Nintendo's like, well, you got Tears of the Kingdom. It's the game.
They're good. They're good.
You're fine. Yeah, we're done. A little mic drop moment.
But Victor, we could go way back. The old E3s, we start seeing promotion of the games like a year, 2 years in advance, right? Yeah. Nowadays, for example, Final Fantasy, the new game, that's coming out in January, like early next year. Yeah. That's very fast. So I think the first time I got to see something like that was Bethesda announcing Fallout 4, and it was going to be available a few months after that. Yeah. So I think we're going to see more of those.
I really like that. Yeah. Because I feel like that long gap just creates a lot of, I don't know, skepticism and suspicion and people picking apart things and speculation that doesn't really sort of bear fruit, you know? And Apple's had this down with the way that they've delivered products for so long, right? There's that sort of that cadence where they announce something and then boom, you can go out and get it right away. And I hope that the game, and I know these are totally different industries, but I mean, Jesus, these delays are part and parcel with how big and complex these games are, but they're not necessarily helpful for the industry.
Completely agree. And that's why the indie scene is so important. The indie scene, the AA scene, because they're not as complex and they don't have these huge teams, so they can deliver them on a more regular basis. Like another game, going back to Xbox, I hope we do see at the showcase, is a game called Replace, coming from Sad Cat Studios.
Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. You know, obviously the stuff with the Ukraine war and all that, there's been some delays, but seems like it is coming this year, so hopefully we get a date on that. Stalker 2 would actually be another one that hopefully we get to see more information at the showcase.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk a little bit about what we have seen at Summer Game Fest. First of all, what did you guys think of Jeff's showcase and his on-stage reveal and his visit from Nick Cage and company?
I'll go first. I thought it was okay. I thought it was decent for what it is. Again, going back to the simple fact, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, they're not going to give Jeff all the big, huge announcements. Yeah. So for him to be able to curate a lot of third-party and indie announcements into his show, and to be able to close with something like Final Fantasy VII, I mean, that's big. Yeah. I thought it was good.
Yeah. I think it was really good. I think presentation and compared to last year was a lot better. Seeing Alan Wake and Mortal Kombat gameplay, that was really, really good. And then the surprise at the end. Plus, seeing those smaller games, indies, I think it was good overall for me.
Well, we've had such a strong first half of 2023, which is what the last year of hype has been. Right. Pretty hard to compete with Street Fighter 6 and, I mean, Diablo 4 and Final Fantasy 16. Like, so, yes. I don't think the nuclear bombs went off with these reveals. Like
but we need events like this because
we do.
For the past couple of years, it's been
for us to be able to get
together. It's been kind of dry, man. Like I miss going to events like this, seeing creators I haven't seen since 2019. You know, so that's the part I'm very excited. I was very disappointed seeing E3 getting canceled. You know, everybody was like making fun of it. I'm like, that hurts the industry, in my opinion. You know, it's not good. And plus, we can create cool content like this.
Dude,
if there's no events like this,
the death of G4 hurts the industry. Yes. Just the idea that we don't have these tent poles that kind of celebrate on a regular basis is not good. Yeah. You know, but I feel like Jeff is building up Summer Game Fest. I feel like and I know he doesn't want to publicly say this, and he's a friend of all of ours, but I feel like he's stacking this a little bit. This is much bigger than it was last year. Yes. There's much more stuff here. I think eventually this will be a true week-long festival.
Well, it's a baby steps thing where this is evolving, like you said, even from what it was just last year. Like everything was in that one building over there, and now it's this entire campus.
Yeah. And we were there, and it was fun.
Yeah,
it
we'll
was
have
fun,
that
right.
memory forever.
Yeah.
But it's bigger already.
Yeah.
But I do think this is important. It does get the industry together all in one place at one time. Even though Xbox isn't a part of this, they're adjacent to it. Ubisoft is adjacent to it. So we all have a reason to be here in Los Angeles this weekend. And this event is good. I feel like E3 had to evolve. So this seems like what the evolution of it is, where as a creator, as a media person, we're able to come in, we're able to have actual conversations, not rush to disappointment, rush across that hall, whatever.
Yes, yeah.
We're getting our content, we're getting able to see these demos, get hands-on with these games, and it's been pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree, man. I've been enjoying having like one-on-ones with all kinds of developers, not just spokespeople.
Exactly.
There's lots of demo people here that work on development teams, like the Mortal Kombat guys and stuff. It's been really, really fun. Danny, what have you played that you want to tell the people about?
Well, I haven't played it yet, but the one that I'm very excited, because I'm a huge Alan Wake fan.
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 is, for me, my game of the show.
That's great.
I sat down with Sam Lake yesterday and Kyle, the game director, and we had like a 30-minute conversation of just like the lore and the Easter eggs and why this, why that. And seeing the presentation yesterday, it was a 30-minute presentation behind closed doors. I don't know if you got to see it or not.
I'm seeing it today.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's, as a fan, I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, and just where you could change characters. You could go with Saga or Alan Wake, but you get to do that like later in the game, not in the early stages. But I could decide to play. Let's say I'm a newcomer. I never played Alan Wake. I could play with her character in the beginning, learn more about Alan Wake. Or if you're a pro, knows a lot about Alan Wake, you could start the game with Alan Wake, or you could switch either one while doing that. And I think it will help you to experience new stuff in the game because you're switching and you learn more. So I'm going to be playing it like 3 or 4 times just to figure out new stuff. Yeah,
I
so
love
Alan Wake
Remedy.
is my game for me.
I love that company. They're such an incredible
Yeah.
studio. What
Yeah.
about you, Parris?
So that's a layup, saying Alan Wake.
Yeah.
The game that I got to play yesterday that I really enjoyed was a game called Viewfinder. It was part of Day of the Dead.
Demo's out now.
Yeah, out now.
Yeah.
It's basically Portal, but with pictures. And it's a great puzzle game. Really love that. That's the kind of stuff that I love to be able to discover an indie title like that. It's really good.
Did you guys play Cocoon?
No, on my list. That's today.
Yeah, that's today. That's
Got
today.
to watch it. Someone else playing it. Looks really, really
It's
good.
mesmerizing, man. It's really cool.
You know which game that also I love, that I actually played it in Paris too, was Sonic Superstars.
Yeah.
Really cool,
Yep.
fun game, very a little bit different. It's like, has the traditional Sonic game mechanics, but there's also new game mechanics where it will help you unlock like new areas to go in and discovering stuff, and the rings and bonus stages is up there. I love it.
It's like a Donkey Kong Country variation on Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yep.
A lot more exploration, different powers and stuff.
Yeah, and there's a moment in the game in the demo where it reminded me of Sonic Adventure. You know, the part where the whale is like destroying, was it like a bridge or something? You remember from the beginning?
Yeah.
So there's a moment like that in Sonic Superstars. I'm like, all right, this is really cool. So I talked to the head of a Sonic team about the game, and I told him, like, you guys got little moments like that, those wow moments, and adding in this game nowadays for a 2D platformer game, and it feels like the old Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah, connecting all of the dots. Did you
exactly.
guys play Sonic Frontiers last year?
Oh yeah, I did.
I did. No.
You didn't play it?
I did.
I couldn't believe how addictive that game was.
I love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The demo last year was very buggy, but
Yes, yeah.
But I really enjoyed the game. Like I remember getting Sonic Frontiers and God of War at the same time, and I was like, you know what? Let me focus on Sonic Frontiers.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I was playing that game. 'Cause I love Sonic. I love from the 16-bit days, man. But
That is an endorsement, man.
Hey,
that is
I'm
a huge endorsement to
Hey.
get God of War and Sonic at the same time.
I mean, look, I did that years ago. This is when Viva Pinata and the first Gears of War, because they came out the same month.
Right.
I had more hours with Viva Pinata than
That's
Gears.
wild.
Yeah, because it's like, I know I'm gonna play Gears, I know I'm gonna play God of War, but those platformers, like, those are the games that we grew up back in the days. So I want to play more. I want to see more games like this in the future from every company.
That's a great comment, because there's a lot of hate being directed at the Prince of Persia new game that Ubisoft is working on.
Really?
I watched the trailer and it looks absolutely incredible.
Wait, why are there hate?
But isn't it the music? People are saying the music
I don't
choice
know.
for
It
the
has
trailer.
lots
or
of thumbs
something?
down. I think
Yeah.
people are a little averse to 2.5D or 2D experiences still. It looks amazing.
It looked amazing to me, and it took me back to the original God of War. That's what I saw when I'm playing that from a gameplay standpoint.
Yeah,
I can't wait to play. And it's coming in January. We're getting it soon.
I know.
That's good.
Yes. Yeah. No, I love that Prince of Persia is back, period.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Victor, you know what it is like, and it's annoying. People are mad about everything.
They are.
Everything.
know.
Look, seeing Nicolas Cage on stage was like, oh man, this is like a cool moment. This is a good moment for our industry. Seeing another industry from the entertainment side, slowly supporting, like, Keanu Reeves years back.
Yep.
The Beatles.
Yep.
At one of the E3s. Like, I love seeing that because it shows that we're growing. Our industry is
This
growing.
is what people don't understand about what Jeff has been doing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they don't give Jeff enough credit. And we're doing it with EP as well. Is like, let's get all of these different creative people in the same space.
Yeah.
And understand that creativity comes from all of us. They're all being inspired by each other, and it's incredibly important. Just like the Last of Us success and the Mario movie success, it's incredibly important for games that this stuff is happening. I totally agree.
And look, now we were seeing TV shows and all this stuff. Like, now the industry now wants to get really involved with games, having their own games or having TV shows. Look, we're the industry that makes the most money out of any other industry out there.
Yes.
Of course, they want to join and help, and be part of this industry,
Totally.
But I think we should support instead of trashing and talking nonsense
God,
about all
brother.
this stuff. Because I think those are, to me, those E3 moments, and especially now with seeing Nicolas Cage, like that's a really cool moment I'm never gonna forget. I think personally for me, as a fan of just gaming and entertainment,
Yeah,
overall.
I feel like people have that impulse to be negative before they let something kind of sit with them and or play it or whatever. It's just that instinctual downvote.
Like, I'll give you this example. Tomorrow, again, bringing it back to Xbox, the Starfield Direct.
Yeah.
30-minute presentation, deep dive, the whole thing. I would rather go into that being excited instead of cynical.
Yes.
Let's see what Todd Howard and his team is going to do. Before we condemn it without seeing it, let's see what all this information is.
Put our skeptics hat
Exactly.
on with everything.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an amazing kind of world that we live in with all of these platforms to communicate with each other. But I think there's something being lost about the ambition and the optimism that people have to build anything.
Right.
And how hard it is, right?
much so.
And so, let them try to show this stuff off, you know?
Totally agree. I think I'm excited for Xbox. I'm even excited to see what Ubisoft planning to do, because it's been a while seeing anything from them,
Totally.
So, and who knows what Nintendo's going to do. But look, I know earlier you mentioned about PlayStation that it was okay. I enjoyed the presentation.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't.
I found 10. I made a video of the 10 best things that they showed off.
And look, we could compare. Remember the Ridge Racer E3? See, that was like a bad presentation. This was not a bad presentation.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed it, and I love the type of announcements that they showed. I think there's games for everyone there, man.
I don't. Has anybody done a supercut of the Apple Vision Pro announcement and the PlayStation 3 pricing announcement and gone back and forth?
No, what? No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
I seen a clip of people going, "Woof, oh man!" Yeah. But I know someone that is planning to buy an Apple Pro Vision
Pro,
Vision Pro. So I don't know. We'll see
I mean,
what happens.
it's an inevitability that we're all going to be wearing things and escaping into this stuff.
I think it's personally, it's way too expensive for me. But
that person's me.
Oh, you're buying it?
I'm
Oh yeah.
day one.
All right.
Yeah.
You're saying goodbye to your family, and you're going to go into.
You only live once. It's new tech.
Yeah.
I want to try it out. I'm going to do it.
I have a hot tip for you. Don't open it. And just put it in storage.
Oh,
That thing's going to be worth $50,000 in 10 years.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I think people did that with the iPhone, the first iPhone. And
Yes.
that's like expensive now.
Yeah. So the favorite thing you've seen so far has been an indie game, and your favorite thing has been Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2. And second, Sonic Superstars.
And Sonic Superstars. And there's more to see. What are you excited to see today?
I know I'm going to see Remnant 2 today, so I'm very interested to see that, because now you're making me rack my brain. I know I'm doing part 2 of Day of the Dead, so I always love going through that. And like we were saying before, Cocoon, that'd probably be the other one.
Yeah, very cool.
Besides those games, the Disney game for the Switch.
I played that yesterday. It was very fun.
What is it? Illusion
Island.
Illusion Island.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that, because those developers worked on Battletoads.
Yes, they did.
I really enjoyed playing that game, so I'm excited to check it out.
We didn't talk about it. Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, Mortal Kombat 1.
Went hands-on with that. Phenomenal.
That was the most fun I had so far.
And I'm not a huge fighting scene person,
exactly with you.
but that is top notch. That is
year
quality.
for fighting game fans with
yeah.
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, it's great.
Especially like lapsed fighting game fans who maybe think back to the 90s. These
That's me. Yeah.
Totally. And these are such incredible games to onboard, to like bring people back, and they're so freaking fun.
Yep.
I'm going to go even further, and we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
I think, personally, for me, this has been one of the best so far, one of the best years in gaming.
I was going to ask you.
So many great games,
Yeah.
best reviews, and we're halfway there.
I know.
Like, there's still more coming. There's probably going to be more surprises that we don't know, but
I hope so.
I think the closest has been like, what, 2007 maybe?
Yeah.
Right?
98, 07.
98, 07,
Yeah.
and now 2023.
And I feel like this might be the best year. I don't want to jinx it, but
Right.
I feel like it by the end of
It is
2023.
shaping up to definitely be. I mean,
Like
again,
Spider-Man 2 and Starfield. Are you kidding
and
me?
then you got Forza Motorsport that's coming. Potentially, other things.
Yeah.
They're going to be coming this year. Yeah, it's.
Do you
good
think
year.
we're getting new Gears this year? Do you think
No.
that's possible?
No,
Not this year.
I don't think so. I think it's way too early for that. Way
But
too
maybe
early.
a collection, you're thinking?
That's what the rumors are saying.
Yeah.
If there's going to be anything Gears related, Gears 6 to me, we don't need to see this year at all.
The Ultimate Edition already exists, and it's on Game Pass.
I am one of those people that goes, there's no reason for a Gears collection, but allegedly. But maybe it could be a thing that the Coalition is saying we're basically porting it into Unreal 5.
Right.
As a kind of a showcase to say, here, potentially this is what you'll get with a Gear 6. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
So something
be
similar to Master Chief Collection, but for Gears, something like that.
I miss
With
that
like
franchise so much,
Yeah.
man. I really want that back.
Yeah. Oh, Halo?
No, Gears.
Oh, Gears? Yeah.
I mean, I loved Halo Infinite. I can't. That's another one where I can't believe. I mean, I understand people want Endgame and they want to keep going and playing.
Yeah.
But God, they delivered something really remarkable with that launch
The
game.
campaign was. I enjoyed the campaign,
Yeah.
and I played a lot of the multiplayer. But then when I was done, there was no reason for me to go back. So I was like, and
but
I
don't know, man. Like that used to be fine. Now it's not fine if a game doesn't last.
I get it.
8
I get
years,
it. I get it. But.
So speaking of Halo, because I tweeted this the other day, I'm going to float this idea at you. What if, because we know a certain Affinity is working on something Halo related, right? Yeah. Could Halo work as an extraction shooter, but instead of you being Spartans, you're ODSTs?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
I would love to see something
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Jesus. So out of what's coming this year, is Starfield the thing that you're most hyped for?
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. What about yourself?
Alan Wake 2.
Which one?
Alan Wake 2.
Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Jesus, we are lucky nerds.
Yes, we are.
It's good.
You guys, awesome to hang with you.
No, thank you.
Enjoy the rest.
Anytime, man.
Summer
Legend.
Dude, that's very kind. Thank you, guys. Danny Peña, Parris Lilly, Gamertag Radio. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon, and play forever.